Sreshth,
Yeah.
I'll just give you my OCD pattern. This one is paid for, so just give the OCD pattern. Pi. Alright guys, it's 10 o'clock, so welcome to our quiz evenings during the coronavirus downtime. I think today marks my third week of doing these quizzes, so for all of you who have been around since day one, thanks a lot for giving a sort of patronage to this quiz. I know there are a lot of quizzes happening all evening everywhere which you can participate, but thanks a lot to my regulars who've been playing. Just one thing I was going to request is that do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be, whenever I go live, you'll get notified. I mostly go live or upload things only about quizzes or about knowledge, so it'll be of interest to you. Apart from that, today I thought of doing a general knowledge quiz, and if you're a brand new player, the way you play is that you keep this live stream on and you open a second tab, Kahoot, and you put in the game pin, and that acts as your sort of answer pad. You answer on that thing. The faster you answer, the more points you get, so that deters Googling, because you're going to waste time, and honestly you'll just look a bit daft if you're cheating yourself. And the chat window is there for you to chat with me, but please don't reveal any answers there. Please answer only on the answer pad. And finally, there's a bit of a lag between what I do and what you can see. So that means sometimes the answer pad will appear before you can see the questions. But make sure you see the question on the live stream and only answer after that. And always ensure that your live stream is as live as possible. Sometimes if your internet is slow, you might drop off by a second or two. So make sure that the live button is red on the screen. If it becomes gray, then you will have to press that live button again to go red. With all that said and done, let me just remove the text from the screen and you have full access to the quiz. There you go. And here's question number 1 for today coming up. 28 of you got that right. It is the robin, which lays blue eggs. It's quite popular for that reason. And currently first is Sahil and second is Sadashiv. Second last is third. Here's the next question coming up, question number 2. Bit of a split between the first 3 names, but Archimedes is the right answer. Well, California became really famous because gold was discovered there, and that's one of the reasons why California, because of its always search for scientific developments and so on, has the motto Eureka, which is what Archimedes had said when he found out that dispersed water has a volume, when he sat in a bathtub and water fell off the bathtub. So he exclaimed Eureka, because he just realized that water has volume. And so that's the answer there. And Rory moves up to first, Rookie Rider second, bit of a new top 5. Here's question number 3. 'Peter Benchley' is the right answer. Well, the novel we're talking about is Jaws, and Peter Benchley was the writer, which later became a movie. Good job to the 25 who got it right. Again, a brand new sort of top 5. Here's question number 4 coming up for you. 21 of you getting that right. It is Gomti. It originates at the junction of Uttarakhand, Nepal and UP, and it sort of joins the Ganga later in its journey. Named after the daughter of Hindu sage Vashisht. Here's question number 5 coming up. split between all four options actually, but the answer is Krishnakant. This I think is in the late 1990s, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, he was the vice president, and AGI moves up to first. Rory's fifth. Serial Quiz at fourth. Here's question number 6. Nineteen of you get that right. Well, the flower is the Rafflesia. It's known as the biggest flower, or the flower with the biggest diameter, and it's named after Stafford Raffles, who is sort of the founder of Singapore and modern Malaya. The Raffles Hotel in Singapore is also named after him. So Rafflesia is the flower there, and therefore Singapore. Blah blah moves up to third, B's up to fourth, Siddhant's up 15 places, and here's question number 7. Majority of you get this right. It's Odisha, which is at the age of 25 she became the member of parliament. B is moving up gently to number 3rd. Bradman's at 5th. Here's question 8, halfway stage of the quiz. Chanel 1909 is the correct answer. Prada was 1913. Then I think Gucci or Dior, one of them was the 1920s and the other was 1946. So it was basically between Prada and Chanel. Chanel was 1909, Prada was 1913. And that means we have a new top 4 actually. Here's the first question of the second half. We're talking about football. Twenty-three, if you get that right, it is 3. The 3 teams are used to be Atletico di Kolkata, which now is Amar Tomar Kolkata, Chennai FC and Bengaluru FC. They are the only 3 teams to win the ISL. And that takes B to first, AD is at second. Many players sort of got this question wrong. Here's question 10. Well, the flag was of Namibia, which got independence in 1990 from South Africa, which 29 of you get right. Supratim has moved up 9 places. Here's question number 11 for you. A minority getting that right, actually. That is young Stalin, and he was one of quite a dashing looking guy before he started balding, I suppose. And apart from that, there's a book by Simon Montefiore about young Stalin, which is quite fascinating. Quite an iconic picture, actually. 17 of you get that right. Here's question number 12. Over 40 of you getting that right. John D. Rockefeller is the correct answer. Quite a simple question, actually. Rockefeller was the richest man for a really, really long time in the first half of the 20th century. Here's question number 13 for you. Yeah, with 39 million, the city area and the greater city area, Tokyo is the most populated in the world. And OG has moved up to first place, but it's quite close between the top two, actually. And for third, fourth, and fifth as well, it's quite close. Here's question number 14 coming up. Quite a split between all four options. But the answer is that both wore jersey number 23 at some point or the other in their career. And before the last question, just want to say thanks to all of you for joining me again. If you haven't come via my WhatsApp group, I'll just share my WhatsApp group chat invite link on the window after the last question. Feel free to join that so that you know when the next quiz is happening. And in case you think your friends would like to participate as well, share the link them. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well. It's always good to sort of increase subscriber count. And there's the last question coming up for you. Of you getting that right. Well, the Ambanis are the first, the most richest. Then there's the Adanis, and then is the Hindujas, the third richest family in India, with that, let's have a look at the results today. Coming in third with 11 correct answers is Blah Blah. Second with 11 but a bit faster is B, I think that's Brajendu. And coming in first today is OG69420 with also 11 correct answers, a bit faster. Bradman was fourth and Shalai was fifth. Let's bring up the rest of the results for you to see how well you did today. And there we go. So Bradman was fourth, Shalai Compare was fifth, Mayor Makchi sixth, Pranjal seventh, AD eighth, AGI ninth, and Serial Quizzer 10th. And you can just look at the rest of how you guys did today. And while that is going on, feel free to drop off the live stream. Thanks for joining me again today. See you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your evening.